Within the ResponSEAble Project, we try to make people aware with their connection to the ocean. Because on a day-to-day basis, they are somehow connected, but they're not always aware of this connection.
By getting a better understanding, we will treat the ocean with greater respect. The ResponSEAble Project was funded by the European Commission in the program of Horizon 2020, and 15 partners have been involved from all around Europe, covering different disciplines, such as universities, NGOs, private and public companies.
And so we have artists, we have social scientists, we have marine biologists, and such a mix makes a very, sometimes challenging work, and at the same time very rewarding. There is several objectives to understand how do we go about improving ocean literacy, how to link it with political agendas, and how do we engage more people, because it's a vast amount of information. How does one find its way? What information is reliable? How do I structure it?
The main goals really have been to gather knowledge about specific ocean topics in a structured way that in a way helps us to build a knowledge base that is usable in the future, to better understand the value chain in which we're involved as humans. So we're kind of mapping this complex web of interactions between humans and the ocean, and also building a better understanding of how we communicate about those issues.
And then we go even one step beyond to see what they can do differently in their economic activity to make a different impact.
The human-ocean relationship is complex, too complex for a single project.
We chose 6 important key stories which represent well-known systems of interaction between humans and the ocean. For example, mass coastal tourism, sustainable fisheries, marine renewable energy.
Each of these topics might have a solution if we tackle the right audiences with the right information.
You need to target people in the role in which they act. So are you messaging the general public, or are you trying to send a message to me as a consumer in a particular situation?
We work a lot with marine professionals, and that's quite hard because they are out at sea. Then it's important to know where you can find them. Almost all the fishermen in the Netherlands use this fishing news newspaper, which is a very effective tool to communicate.
We invited representative groups of the target audience to work with us.
It's very important to respect their knowledge and their opinions about the ocean. If you want to transfer your knowledge, it should be a two-way communication.
The interviews that we perform with the audiences identified help us to develop fit-for-purpose communication tools. So, for example, for the ballast water story, we identified that the key people to change the behavior were professionals, and for them, we developed professional courses.
We also wanted to experiment with a range of tools. We weren't just going to focus on one type of tool.
In this project, we developed a set of tools, including serious games, courses for professionals and kids, short movies, cartoon videos, and interactive maps.
The approach that we took in designing and testing the tools was to have what we called a theory of change behind each tool. So we'll be looking at things like knowledge, awareness, and attitude and communication as indicators of behaviour change.
So we did that by using a simple questionnaire before and looking at those factors again afterwards. So we're really looking at kind of a whole host of sort of different aspects of a person's psychology or sort of thought processes that go into making a decision. We found that the films have been very effective, the short films, even if they're installed on a screen on a ferry, for instance, or they're shown to a dedicated group of school children at an aquarium event.
Meetings like this are super important. I think it's really important for scientists, policymakers, business people, the public, young people to come together and actually discuss the issues that we have. Because if you don't speak to each other, we'll never understand each other.
What is needed is really to create partnerships among the different sectors of the society. Science, research, policy making, no one alone can solve the problem, and I'm sure that this will lead to the systemic change that we need.
Looking back, I think we have built a good legacy of tools and material, but the 4 years has gone really quickly. And if anything, the problem with a project like this is you'd like to go back and do it again, knowing what you know now.
So with all the different things we produced in the project, all we've learned, all the challenges we went through, all the success stories, we would like to now give it to other organizations, other people and professionals who work with the ocean.
What we hope is that when we do ocean literacy initiatives, activities, is that we help people to understand better, change attitude, and maybe change their practice and behavior. Because at the end, that's what matters for the ocean.